You talked about the formula for happiness. Can you tell us what the formula is?
This is one of my favorite formulas in the universe. So happiness equals reality divided by expectation. And this is a founding principle for communication science.
And can you explain why that is? Why would that be what happiness is?
Every experience we have in life, based upon our previous experiences, will have some level of expectation attached to it. Like if you enter a restaurant, expecting a certain quality of food, a certain availability of food and drink, etc. And if you don't get that, then how can you be happy? And so just being hyper aware that your expectation management at the end of the day and how other people in your environment influence that impacts your happiness. And communication, of course, is what sets expectations. If a menu promises pink potatoes, you order that dish. I've had this happen once in a pub. Unfortunately, not a single potato in the dish was pink. Of course you're going to be upset. I mean, something as simple as that, right? If they just hadn't put the word pink there, the expectation wouldn't have been set. And so you would have been at least moderately satisfied, if not very happy.
And so then applying that on a more sort of granular level to communication sciences, the idea is that the closer you are to communicating what is reality, the happier people will be, because there won't be a difference between the reality and the expectation.
And if you're very clever and scientific, you might downplay the reality in certain situations where it's morally, ethically applicable. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I also then would frame communication scientists, and I believe you are a stellar example of one, Ollie, based upon how you ask questions and listen to me and respond. You're exhibiting all the skills of a communication scientist. But I think happiness engineer comes to mind as well, because you're basically engineering this soft, fuzzy notion of happiness in a very scientific way by setting expectations in a certain way, knowing what the reality is. And you do that with the communication. So you can basically engineer happiness around you at scale if you were to be conscious about it.